Right, we are back. This wasn't the plan,
No.
but here we are. This is KABUKI. I was going to introduce KABUKI a little bit later on. He's one of Germany's drum and bass producer, former DJ, pioneers. And you're a legend. And he's not introducing himself because I'm introducing himself, because I'm bigging him up like that. And it's a bit weird to do that for yourself. So nice to meet you. And I'm not the only thing who you met today.
Indeed.
You met this machine today. You've not put your hands on it before you got here today.
No, I was able to read the documentation before, but really seeing it in person, this was a premiere. I only had 15 minutes before the live stream went up.
Amazing. So you still said it's the modwave, it's brand new, and it's out now, and you want to get your hands on it. Do you like it so far?
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, it's a fresh take on wavetable synthesis, which is, originally also a German invention, and it's nice to see somebody do a fresh take from the Far East. So I'm pretty excited about the feature set that it brings.
Amazing. So are you just going to teach us a bit what it can do?
I think what's a good idea is maybe I just between the two of us, I can show you a little bit what it does or what I found out so far, and then also the viewers will be able to find out in the process as well. Right?
Awesome, yes.
So basically, I'm just going to use a preset as a basis for our sound explorations here. And there's two specific features that I want to focus on that I was able to really, explore hands-on and I found really interesting. So first of all, let's just kind of get like a little sequence going. I like the sequence, the arpeggiator for this. So then maybe we switch to a different, something like that. All right, so the first thing that I find really interesting is to understand the architecture. So essentially we have two oscillators plus a sub-oscillator, and each oscillator basically has three different modes. So you can either set it to a single wavetable mode, which we will explore first. So as you can see here in the display now, we have an overview of the wavetable. And what's really cool is the so-called morph feature. So basically, you are able to apply different morph types. So just a wavetable synthesis at its core is a single cycle wave, right?
Yeah.
So normally if you have a sine wave, it just goes like this, and then you just loop it up, and then you get the experience of a continuous wave.
Yeah.
So, but what we have here are more complex waveforms. So you can see like there's in the waveform overview, it has like a lot of kind of peaks and troughs. So what we do with the morph feature now is we are able to let me get it back on here. We are now able to stretch it. So if I now hit the morph, you can see by selecting type stretch. Let me open up the filter a little bit. Okay, back here. So now when we select the morph, you see it changes the timbre of the wave just by expanding and compressing the single cycle. And there's a lot of really cool algorithms to explore, and one that I really like is called windowed sync. So check out what this does. Basically it takes the waveform and it mirrors it, and I think it's great with the interface to see it. Right? So this is basically, it kind of folds it onto itself, but not like wave folding, but like as a visual, from a visual standpoint.
Right. I mean, I like the visualization and this whole thing because it's basically like a great teacher. This,
yeah, because you have this feedback exactly.
What you do and what it sounds like.
So while we're at it, let's just explore some different wavetables. So let's just go for. Sorry, I have to go. You can see we have like the classic DW. Let's just go for maybe this one. We select it, and now again we can decide what kind of morph do we want to apply. Let's just quickly go through so we get an idea how crazy it can go. This is just one single wavetable, right?
Right.
Oops. So now this is just a single wavetable we have now. Just go back to square one. And let's explore the same thing with the secondary wavetable. So now we can blend between two. We can go to this mode, AB. Now you can see we have this cloud fluff wavetable on the left. And now we can select a different one for the right side. Let's say electro bass. Enter. And again, we have the possibility to blend between these two sources, and we can also, if we want to, we can morph the resulting waveform, right? So you get these really crazy timbres. Let me just quickly go back here so that we can compare. Right? Single wavetable, blending between two wavetables. So I think you can get really crazy, rich sounding timbres out of this. And now if you combine it with a secondary oscillator, now we have another two wavetables that we can use for this one. This is more traditional. Now you see we have like a sawtooth and a square, blend between these two. And again, you can see this morph feature applied. If we were to go to use that windowed sync again, like really crazy sounds.
Awesome, yeah.
And it's also nice, like there's very few secondary layers. For instance, if you want to kind of have a stereo effect, so we can pan one to the left, the other to the right. So now we have oscillator 1 on the left speaker. So this would be like that was one of the first things that I really liked about the kind of accessibility, you know, that you straight away get like a new inspiration to the morph. But I think what is like I think most people latch onto is the KAOSS physics. So let's just quickly get another sequence going. And now this is, I think, kind of like very much an eye catcher. So we have this. The KAOSS pad is repurposed, and now it no longer is. I mean, you can also use it to control discrete values, so to have like two parameters, control two parameters with one finger. But what's special about this, when you look at this little screen, is basically you can create an event that is then transformed through physics. So it can travel on this XY plane and react to, let's say, friction in this reality. So in this reality we have a 10% friction. If we set it to 100, it means it will come to a rest straight away. If we set the friction to 0, it's like we are in outer space and there's
It's a pinball machine, right?
Exactly, and it will just go on forever. And there's other really cool ideas as well. So we can actually tilt that physical plane. So we can say, let's tilt it on the x-axis. And now what happens, we're basically shifting it like this. And now when I get the ball in motion, you will see that it kind of moves in this direction. You can even have different kind of algorithms. So this one's called skate pit. So you must imagine it's like a skate ball, right? So it will always come to the rest in the middle. But there's also other ways how you can kind of make it work. So for instance, I like this. Quickly check out this pinball. What's it called? I think. Let's see if we find it. Let's use decaying orbit. That's also a nice one. So see, we have, it kind of has, there's a center of gravity in this. So you get like a modulation that is not based on an LFO or an envelope, but it's like an actual physical kind of reality that is determining this.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, it's a great tool to explore.
Well, I mean, it's like you said earlier, it's great to get that kind of feedback from the display. You're looking at what you're doing. It's physics, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So I would say this is, I don't know how we're doing in time. We're only supposed to keep it short, but I'm pretty sure like this is already giving the viewers a little taste of what the modwave can do.
I'm hooked. That was a very, very nice overview put together in that short time.
Thank you.
You're a teacher, aren't you?
At heart.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You'll be coming back later. This was KABUKI and the modwave. Amazing.
Signing off.